At 20 we have Pegasus Exclusive by Parfums. I've never been a massive fan of the Pegasus DNA. I found the almond a little bit challenging. I think the exclusive version is better. You get the addition of the oud, giving it a nice masculine feel. So in the top you have cardamom, heliotrope, pink pepper and bergamot. In the mid you have bitter almond, lavender, jasmine and geranium. And in the base you have vanilla, guaiac wood, oud, sandalwood and amber. So it is a nice vanilla scent. If you like the idea of vanilla, almond and oud all kind of mixed together in a nice masculine scent, check out Pegasus Exclusive. At 19 we have Amore Caffe by Mancera. Again, while not being a huge favourite of mine, it does serve its purpose for sure, and it certainly has a nice vanilla about it, this one, if you like sweet fragrances. So in the top you have coffee and amaretto, in the mid you have ice cream, as well as speculoos, and in the base you have brown sugar, vanilla and ambergris. So from that description alone you can tell that this is pretty sweet. It is a nice gourmand scent. I sometimes say this reminds me of a vanilla latte you might get from Starbucks, for example. A bit gimmicky, a bit overly sweet for me, but it is a nice use of vanilla. At 18 we're discussing Afnan's 9pm. I've been impressed with this one, as well as other Afnans. I think they're one of the best clone houses out there. So this is similar to Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier, but I will say I actually prefer this one. So in the top you have apple, cinnamon, wild lavender and bergamot. In the mid you get orange blossom and lily of the valley. And in the base you get vanilla, tonka bean, amber and patchouli. So a very nice vanilla dry down on this one. Quite loud, projects well, lasts a long time, smells good quality. I do like this one. It's nice kind of brashing in your face with a nice smooth vanilla dry down. And yeah, I do rate this one quite highly. At 17 we have Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. So it'll depend if you like a peachy vanilla with this one, as it has quite a strong opening of peach before that vanilla transition. So in the top you have peach, blood orange, cardamom and heliotrope. In the mid you get interesting notes of rum and cognac, as well as davana and jasmine. In the base you get that heavy vanilla, as well as Indonesian patchouli leaf, tonka bean, sandalwood, benzoin, cashmere and styrax, labdanum and vetiver. But with vanilla, tonka bean and benzoin in the base, you can tell you get that real vanillic feel. It's not too cloying, so although it's slightly gourmand with a peachy vanilla scent, I have found this is quite versatile, and because it has like a nice bright spark about it, you can wear this in the summer as well as the winter. But yeah, you do need to like vanilla and peach to get on with this one. At 16 we have the classic Boss Bottled EDT. So think warm apple pie for this one, a nice apple vanilla combination in sort of a warm gourmand type of a feel. So in the top you have apple, plum, bergamot, lemon, oak moss and geranium. In the mid you have cinnamon, mahogany and carnation. And in the base you get vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, vetiver and olive tree. But primarily to me it's an apple vanilla combination. Like I say, that kind of warm apple pie feel, still worth getting. At 15 we have another classic, this one being Le Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. So for this think minty lavender vanilla. So in the top you get lavender, mint, cardamom, bergamot and artemisia. In the mid you have cinnamon, orange blossom and caraway. And in the base you have vanilla, tonka bean, amber, sandalwood and cedar. So it's a nice wearable vanilla that you can wear all year round. I remember something that surprised me about this was just how versatile it is, and that it's actually quite light. I remember hearing it was a real powerhouse and like a party clubbing type of a scent that wasn't so versatile, as it was such a heavy hitter. I have heard it's been quite heavily reformulated, so I guess that explains that. If you guys have the older batches of Le Male, I'm sure you can tell the difference. But it's still a very pleasant wear, it smells very nice, always works. So if you like mint, lavender and vanilla, you'll probably still like Le Male. At 14 we have Tom Ford's Eau d'Ombre Leather. I find this a bit underrated. I prefer it out of all the leather fragrances from Tom Ford. So I'm not a massive fan of like overbearing, powerful leather in scents. I find it a bit off-putting, a bit much. Like Tuscan leather for me, I know some people really love it. For me, it's not the most practical. Ombre leather is toned down from Tuscan leather. It's a nice kind of floral leather, which does work quite well. I have enjoyed that in the past, though I don't own it. For me, Eau d'Ombre Leather is my favourite of the three because leather's more of a background note and you get a nice dose of vanilla in here. So the leather's really balanced with quite heavy vanilla and spicy cardamom. So those are the three notes I really do pick up the most here. Performance very good. So in the top you have cardamom, ginger and coriander. In the mid you get vanilla and leather. And in the base you get Ambro Fix, which I guess is some take on Ambroxan. But yeah, very nice, a nice spicy vanilla scent for the colder weather with a hint of leather supporting. For me, really, really good. I like this a lot. And it's on the signature line rather than the private blend. So it's one of the more affordable Tom Ford fragrances. And yeah, I do like this a lot. So at 13, I've gone with Creed Aventus because I remember it having quite a strong vanilla dry down. And I also remember vanilla being listed as a base note. But now when I look online, vanilla isn't listed, which is confusing me a little. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. I don't know what I'm getting wrong or if they've reformulated everything, but it says here in the top lemon, pink pepper, apple, bergamot and blackcurrant. In the mid, pineapple, jasmine and patchouli. And in the base, birch, ambroxan, cedarwood, oak moss and musk. So to me you get a nice vanilla transition with this one, and I thought it warranted a mention because it smells very natural and high quality. Of course, Aventus renowned for its poor performance, but I do still think it has a nice dry down. Obviously you have to lean in to smell it because for me projection isn't very good, sadly, but yeah, to me I thought this warranted a mention for the vanilla, but maybe you guys can clue me in on that one. I'm surprised it's not listed as a base note, as I still detect that in the dry down. But yeah, Creed Aventus 13. At 12 we have the much loved Le Male Le Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier. A nice combination of cardamom, lavender, iris and vanilla in here. So those are the main notes. You also get oriental notes and woodsy notes listed on Fragrantica. But yeah, in the top cardamom, in the mid lavender and iris, in the base vanilla, oriental notes and woodsy notes. So it's a nice spicy scent. You do get those florals quite heavily, so the iris and the lavender are quite noticeable, as well as that spicy cardamom. But you do get a nice dose of vanilla also. This is really good for like date nights and intimate settings and things like that, and also just the colder weather in general. I do like the Elixir, but for me Le Male Le Parfum is the best of the Le Male range. At 11 we're discussing the warm and spicy Centaurus by Creed. So where there's maybe a question mark for the Aventus vanilla, there definitely isn't here, with base notes of vanilla, benzoin and tonka bean. I thought it definitely warranted a place on this list for that strong vanilla base. So in the top you have cinnamon, cardamom, tobacco, pink pepper, and in the mid you get sandalwood, patchouli, quite heavy patchouli, heliotrope, geranium and jasmine. And in the base, like I said, you get vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, as well as tolly balsam and ambroxan. But it's a nice, dark, deep, spicy, wintry scent. If you're fed up with the Creed performance being disappointing, you might find Centaurus is an answer to that, as it smells very high quality, projects very well and lasts a long time, and does have a very nice vanilla dry down. At 10 we're going with Stronger With You Amber. In fairness, this could have been any of the Stronger With Yous. The three I own are amber, sandalwood and tobacco, and I felt for this vanilla list the amber one was the most suitable. But if you own Intensely or Absolutely or the original or the Parfum, they all tick this box totally. So with this you have three notes listed here on Fragrantica, and they are amber, Madagascar vanilla and lavender. So it's a nice warm feel with this one, and you definitely do get that vanilla like in the other Stronger With Yous. But yeah, this is a very good one. If you like the note of amber and you like the idea of it mixed with vanilla, check out Stronger With You Amber. At 9 I wanted to go for one of the Noir Extremes, so I've gone with the Parfum as it's my favourite. So it's like the original Noir Extreme with that nice vanilla, but in this you get sharp notes of ginger and leather, giving it a nice masculine animalic type of character. So in the top you have cardamom, ginger, mandarin orange, neroli and citruses. In the mid you get coffee, Bulgarian rose, orange blossom and jasmine. In the base you have vanilla, as well as leather, suede, amber, tonka bean, guaiac wood and cedar. Performance very good, gets a lot of compliments. My personal favourite of the Noir Extremes. At 8 we're discussing Mercedes-Benz Club Black. So I am a big fan of this one. If you can get it for a good price and you like out and out vanilla, you'll probably really like this. Has a nice incense note mixed in as well, giving it some character and smokiness. So in the top you have bergamot, in the mid you have incense and jasmine, in the base you have vanilla, benzoin, woodsy notes and ambroxan. I find performance good. Something very addictive and intoxicating about this. Has a slight sort of gourmand feel to it. But yeah, it's really out and out vanilla. If you want a really good designer vanilla scent, check out Mercedes-Benz Club Black. At 7 we're discussing Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Of course very famous and for good reason. While it's not one of my personal favourites these days, it has got me a lot of compliments in the past and is a very good performer. So in the top you have tobacco leaf and spicy notes. In the mid you get vanilla, cacao, tonka bean and tobacco blossom. And in the base you have dried fruits and woody notes. You do get those dried fruits in the dry down, so I have noticed that. But yeah, primarily this is a tobacco and vanilla combination, obviously. But it's vanilla done very well. It smells very smooth and high quality. So if you like the idea of blending tobacco and vanilla in a high quality way with good performance, check out Tobacco Vanille. At 6 we have the discontinued Armani code Absolu. So for this, think the code DNA but draped in an extra dose of vanilla. So in the top you get green mandarin and apple. In the mid you get nutmeg, orange blossom and carrot seeds. And in the base you have vanilla, tonka bean, suede and woody notes. Last, a very nice sweet scent. So if you want out and out sweet vanilla and you like the Armani code DNA, you should see if you can check out still Armani code Absolu. At 5 we're going with Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this one. So if you're familiar with the original Spicebomb and like the idea of extra vanilla, check this one out. It's mostly a combination of spices, tobacco and vanilla. I personally prefer this to Tobacco Vanille, which featured earlier in the list, and this can be got for a much better price also. I think it's a bit of a must-have designer one for the colder weather really. It's that good. I've had good reactions to this. It's kind of, to use a cliche, it's kind of December in a bottle, Christmas in a bottle. Definitely has that feel to it. If I was to pick one for the colder weather, this would always be something that would be close to the top of the list. It would definitely be in the top few that I'd have to juggle when deciding an out-and-out favourite for the winter. But yeah, I think it's really, really good. I'll always recommend Spicebomb Extreme. At 4 we have Roja's Enigma or Creation E, depending on where you're based. I actually had a compliment for this one today, but I'm not using the recency bias because I already had it with me with an aim to filming for this list, because it does have a very nice, quite heavy vanilla in the base. So a lot going on here with the notes, as you'd expect from a Roja fragrance. Their note breakdowns are always quite complex. So in the top you have bergamot, in the mid you have heliotrope, jasmine, rose, geranium and neroli. In the base you get cognac, as well as vanilla and benzoin, as well as tobacco, ginger, ambergris, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper and patchouli. So a lot going on there. It does smell very natural and high quality. I've used the phrase boozy Dr. Pepper, which I heard somewhere for this, and I think that kind of fits the vibe very well. You definitely get that ginger too. So if you like the kind of idea of a like cognac, ginger, vanilla with a lot of florals as well, check this out. You might really love it. Performance, excellent. At 3 we have Azzaro's Most Wanted Parfum. Very well liked here on YouTube and also Fragrantica, where it has a very high ranking. I'm really impressed. I think this is great. I've said before how this passed me by for a long time, as I thought. I know it got compared to the Stronger With Yous, like this whole Azzaro Wanted line. They were thought of as just kind of like another version of Stronger With You. So I was thinking it would be like that typical kind of sweet designer scent that I already had a few of. But how wrong was I? Having tried this, I'm so impressed. It's a nice blend of ginger and vanilla in here. So if you like ginger and you like vanilla and you want something warm, spicy, sweet and intoxicating that's going to last a long time and get compliments, I think this is one of the best to go for. If you can get it for a good price, it could sort you out for the whole winter and you wouldn't necessarily need anything else. I think it's that good. So yeah, deserves to be high on this list. Azzaro, the Most Wanted Parfum. At 2 we're going with Ingenious Ginger by Goldfield and Banks. So there's quite heavy vanilla in here, especially as it dries down. That's kind of what you're left with the most, but it has a nice fizz to it as well with the ginger and the lemon in the top. You get some florals in here too, but it's primarily a sort of ginger, lemon and vanilla blend. So if you like the note of ginger and you want it mixed with quite a heavy sweet vanilla, check this one out. Last, performance excellent, projection excellent. I definitely think this is one of the best scents around. And at number 1, this probably won't come as too much of a surprise, we've got Althair by Parfums, a vanilla masterpiece this one. So in the top you have cinnamon, cardamom, orange blossom and bergamot. In the mid you have that bourbon vanilla as well as elemi. And in the base you have praline as well as musk, ambroxan, guaiac wood, tonka and candied almond. So very much a gourmand, wintry vanilla this. If you like the idea of cinnamon, vanilla cookies type of a scent, that it really does have that gourmand dessert-like aspect to it, while also being very wearable and not overly gimmicky, if you know what I mean. extremely wearable. Like, gimmicky is doing it a disservice really, because it's just a really pleasant gourmand vanilla scent. Lasts well. The dry down is the best part of this. It's very, very addictive and will have you wanting to lean in all day. Projection is good, performance very good. So for me, this is excellent. And when I'm thinking of winter vanilla, this kind of had to come first to me, as it's the first one that really comes to mind. I think this is really, really good. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I appreciate the support, and I will catch you next time.